Hey folks, my name is Dizzo over on the forums, and today we're going to take a little look at the new Titanium 888 from Yo-Yo Factory. I don't like to do reviews, I like to do comparisons because reviews are subjective and comparisons are a bit more objective. So this one's going to be real easy to pick a yo-yo out to compare it with. We are going to be comparing it with an 07888. This is the very first run of the 07888. Notice the No Yo-Yo Factory premium laser engraving. So we are going back to the very original one. So this is what came in the mail for me. This is a prototype. So anything that you see here today is subject to change. I know for sure, or at least I'm almost 100% positive, that this is not the case that will be coming with the Titanium 888. It's going to come with a single yo-yo case. But this is the one that they sent me with the prototype. So if we open this puppy up, ooh, here she is. Take a quick look at the yo-yo. Real quick glance, it's a lot like the 07888, but there are some differences that we're going to go over. Came with a dual case, and it came with a goodie bag. Came with this lanyard thing, which I'm pretty sure hooks onto this. Yeah, there's a little loop thing, but it doesn't really matter. So the gear that we care about is the stuff that's going to be coming with all of them. So I got a total of 5 different sets of hub stacks, including the clear ones that came on the unit itself. I got some greens, I got some oranges, I got some white ones, and I got some more white ones. They seem to be different colors, like a little bit off. So I think this set may be Delrin. And this set might be plastic, but I'm not 100% sure. I got some Z-Stacks. It came with a flat bearing inside of it, but it came with a center track as well. So I was able to swap that out. It also comes with a half-size spec bearing. So one of those small ones if you want to play responsive. And it comes with an extra set of bearings for the hub stacks and an extra set of pads, I'd assume K-pads or something. Didn't come with an extra set of the black O-rings that go inside to keep the hub stacks on, but who knows, maybe they'll change that for the production run. I hope that they do, but you know, I've been around long enough to know that a hardware store can fix what ails you there. All right, on to the star of the show. I have played a lot of 07888s. At one point in time, my collection consisted of about 24 of them. I've probably owned 50 different 888s over the years, so not my first rodeo with this guy. So when we take a real quick look at her, you know, it's really similar. One of the things that you'll notice right off of the bat, though, if you take a really close look, and you take a look at it from right here, is you'll notice that this rim thickness is quite a bit thicker than it is over here. Now I took this and I put it on my scale, and I found that the titanium version is about a full gram lighter than the 07 was. Now I know that there were quite a few different versions of the 07 that came out. Some of them had a little bit more of a tapered inside to them. Of course, we all know about the high wall version that came out where they had a flaw in there and they had to cut it. Maybe that cuts off the weight. At this point in time, this is the only 888 that I have to compare, so that's what we're going to go with. Another thing to notice is if you take a look on the inside here, right? Let me see if I can get a good, set this up a little bit. So if you take a look at the inside wall right here, you can see that it goes down and then it hits the bottom and it ends up flat and goes straight across, right? The titanium version doesn't have that. It pretty much is sloped all the way down to the sticker that I've got there. Let's put them right next to each other and see if you can notice it a little bit better. So yeah, it definitely is. So a little bit less weight in the rims, or less concentration of metal in the rims, and a little bit more of a slope all the way down to the edge on the inside hub. Now I think that the reason they did that, you know, we always use titanium so that you can make the walls thinner so you can concentrate the weight more into the rims. That's kind of what titanium's used for. But I don't think that they did that in this case, and I think the reason that they did that was to make it play as much like an 888 as they possibly could. And I've got to say, man, this thing plays like an 888. It it is an 888 through and through. The only real difference in play that I can sense is the spin time's about the same, so I don't think that the taking metal away from the rims affects the spin time as much, but I do find that it's just a hair less stable than my old 07 888s were. Maybe I'll just get used to it. Maybe it's because it's fresh and new or something like that. But that's just the side effects that I see of, there's obviously less metal concentrated into the rims that there was in this. So let's take it apart and take a look at the inside of her. The axle on this goes all the way through, and it is not glued in like the 888s were. I have been told that that is going to change with the production run. So another thing that's kind of cool about this is these things are so similar that you can actually take one half of my 07 and you can screw it together with it. And I did this to see how it played, and it does play. And I also did it so that I could look at the gap and see if I could notice any real difference in the halves. And, there's something a little different, but it's really, really close. It's really close. When you take a look at the halves themselves, one of the things that I noticed is that the flat space between the edge of the response pad and the point where it kind of, because it's flat right there, and the point where it curves down, hopefully you can see this good on camera, is a little bit larger on this one. Let's take this puppy apart again. Okay. So if you take a look at them right next to each other, you'll note that that space, if you can see it there, I'm sure if I tilt it back and forth, you guys will be able to see it. You can see it's a little bit larger on the titanium version. The bearing seat on the titanium version seems to be a little bit taller on this part as well. There's the inside. Another thing that I noticed that you won't be able to see on camera, you're kind of going to have to feel it, is the line that goes right here. If I rub my finger across it, it seems to be a little bit sharper here. It's like a definite straight cut, while as on the 07, it seems to be a little bit more beveled, a little round, more rounded. And that is about it. If we take them and put them back together, another thing that I did that showed that there is something a little bit different going on, but I can't exactly place what it is. I take them and you go like this. They're the same height, but if you take a look at the gap in between, you'd expect to see a perfect diamond. And I see something that's a little different there, but I can't really tell what it is. All in all, the Titanium 888 is absolutely incredible. It's a great player. It doesn't seem like they tried to improve the way that it played. Their goal seems to have been, by the changes that I'm seeing between the two, they didn't make an exact replica of it, and they didn't try to make it better. Seems like they tried to make a titanium version that plays exactly like my good old school 2007 888, and I'm a big fan of it at this point. I like it more than I thought I would, and
That's what I got to say about that.